All right, so a question that a lot of college football fans have had over the years, including myself, is will Notre Dame ever join a conference? And I was a proponent of the idea for a very long time because it just made sense from an entertainment standpoint. If Notre Dame joins the ACC, which they are a member of for baseball, basketball, and whatnot, if they become a member of the ACC for football, they'd be playing Florida State every year, Miami every year, Clemson every year, and North Carolina every year, maybe sometimes every other year. Those games against North Carolina and Notre Dame have been spectacular over the past couple of years, and I'm an old school college football fan, so I love to see them play Florida State every year and Miami every year because there have been just some classic matchups between those two schools throughout college football history, and of course the Notre Dame Clemson matchups have been fantastic as well. If they join the Big Ten, of course you'd be able to renew that rivalry with Michigan. You get Notre Dame and Ohio State most years. That game was fantastic last year. Notre Dame, Penn State, old school independent matchup. And then Michigan State, of course, there's been many classics between Notre Dame and Michigan State for years. So from an entertainment value standpoint, I would love to see it. But quite frankly, it's simply not going to happen. Notre Dame most likely will never join a conference. It's the most ideal decision from a business standpoint. And one of the key reasons why it will never happen is revenue sharing. So from a revenue standpoint, it makes no sense whatsoever. So when a team qualifies for the college football playoff, that program generates $6 million. But they're required to share that $6 million with its partners in their conference. So when Alabama goes to the college football playoff, they got to split that with Missouri and Texas A&M and Kentucky and Tennessee. When Notre Dame makes the college football playoff, they don't have to split it with anyone. It's all theirs. You want to talk about luck of the Irish? I mean, that is one pot of gold, I tell you. So let me tell you, if I'm Jack Swarbrick, their AD, I'm not making that decision either. I'm collecting all that grain, collecting all that money. And think about this too. The college football playoff will be expanding to 12 teams starting in 2024. Notre Dame they end most years in at least the top 15. They're a fantastic program. So they're going to make the college football playoff more years than not. So they're going to be pocketing that $6 million every year. And who knows, that may even go up in the future as well. Number two, got to think about their contract, their TV deal with NBC. Being independent is an integral component of that because if they join a conference, they have to conform to their TV deals. Being independent makes Notre Dame a valuable entity. It is a great piece of inventory for NBC. And in fact, Notre Dame, guess how much Notre Dame makes per year off of that deal? $22 million. And they get exclusive coverage, 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 Central for us people in the Chicago time zone here. Every Saturday, great timing. And also, on top of that, that differentiates Notre Dame. The Big Ten will be on NBC this year, or come up this year too. But in past years, Notre Dame has been the only team on NBC. So that's another way that Notre Dame differentiates itself. Very brilliant idea, by the way. And additionally, Notre Dame still makes $4 million a year from its partnership with the ACC through baseball, basketball, and whatnot. Even though it doesn't stand for football, they still make money off of that partnership for football. How that is, I have no idea, but they still do. So that's a combined $26 million per year off of TV deals. They're not touching that. They are not touching that. I mean, that partnership with the ACC is already there for baseball and basketball, and there's just no reason for Notre Dame to jeopardize its current revenue situation with NBC by joining conference for football full time. Lastly, being independent itself differentiates Notre Dame. They are the only brand of their kind. They are the only magnetic brand in college football that's independent. The rest of the blue bloods, your Alabama SEC, Ohio State, Big Ten. Texas, Big 12, SEC next year. Oregon, Pac-12. Notre Dame, independent. People know Notre Dame for being independent. It makes them an attractive brand. And they're simply a unicorn. They're like the Green Bay Packers of college football. You know, Green Bay doesn't have an owner. Green Bay is owned by shareholders. And Green Bay is in Green Bay, Wisconsin. That wouldn't happen again either. If you were to start this over from the beginning, Notre Dame would not be able to operate the way they do. But because they're Notre Dame, because they have such a magnetic, massive brand, they have roots starting back to the New Rockne and Four Horsemen days. Notre Dame can do whatever they want. If they want to be independent, they can be independent. And guess what? They're still going to thrive because they're Notre Dame. And they're going to leverage that situation to make more money from being independent and taking all of that college football playoff money to themselves and continuing to negotiate that NBC deal, which goes up in 2025. And when they renegotiate, there's a good chance that they'll be making $60 million a year. Yes, I said it's $60 million a year from the NBC TV deal. Notre Dame is perfectly fine. They knew who they are. They know who they are. Fans know who they are. Most importantly, NBC knows who they are. Notre Dame is staying put. And guess what? They still have plenty of control over their schedule. They still play USC every year. They still play Stanford every year. They've been scheduling great games. They had that Georgia series years ago, the Wisconsin series years ago. They seem to play North Carolina every year. Now, hopefully, I just hope Michigan can get back on that schedule at some point. That's my only hope. But they've been scheduling fantastic games. I'm sure that they'll continue to. Notre Dame is in a great spot, and they will not be joining a conference anytime soon. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you and the time that you took out of your day to watch the video. And if you enjoyed it, please be sure to like the video and share it, as well as subscribe to The Era. The more likes and subscribers I get on this channel, the more resources I can attain, and the more resources I can attain, the more value I can provide to you, the viewer. And that is how I show my appreciation for you for the time that you devote to watching my videos. So thank you so much, and have a great day.